You're watching CBS 8 Mornings at 6.
This morning, firefighters are making progress on 2 fires burning in San Diego County. Both fires are burning near the border in Far East County. Thanks for being here at 6 a.m. on this Wednesday. I'm Eric Connert.
And I'm Neda Iranpour. So glad to have you here with us. And we do have team coverage for you. CBS 8's Regina Yurita is outside CAL FIRE headquarters in El Cajon. But we're going to start with Evan Irani with the very latest weather conditions. Evan, another hot one?
Another hot one out there. In fact, getting hotter compared to yesterday. We are continuing to see peak heat arrive closer to the end of the week. Friday, Saturday are going to be our hottest days ahead, but still looking at 90s across areas like Campo and the East County locations that these fire crews are continuing to battle these flames. We also are looking at plenty of sunshine and humidity dropping already, whereas along the coastline, humidity is high thanks to that marine layer that you see there on the screen. This afternoon, the coast remains the place to be for the coolest of temperatures, mid-70-degree temperatures. The minute you make your way east, you start to notice that heat. 89 degrees on average for our inland valleys. There are going to be plenty of inland valleys toward Ramona, for example, that will make their way into the low 90s this afternoon. Mountains will be in the upper 90s and in some cases closer to the triple digits. Across the deserts, looking at a high of 115. So you get the idea of the types of temperatures that these fire crews are up against, not to mention relative humidity down to the teens, so very, very dry out there. We do want to send things out to CBS 8's Regina Yurita. She is live with the latest on the conditions out there and what these fire crews are up against. Regina?
Yeah, good morning, Evan. Definitely, we are going to see that later today, those drier conditions, right? Definitely hotter conditions, but right now they're taking advantage of the cooler ones as they battle this McCain fire here in East County. But they're also dealing with a second fire that broke out yesterday. I want to get to some footage of that border fire. So this is a vegetation fire that broke out yesterday afternoon on Humphreys Road near Tecate. That's just north of the U.S.-Mexico border. Fire crews attacked the border fire on the ground and by air. There was a nearby pond that allowed helicopters to pick up water for water drops yesterday. Now the fire spread to almost 30 acres before CAL FIRE stopped forward progress. It is now 50% contained, but that fire is still under investigation. We've also been monitoring the McCain fire. Firefighters continued working throughout the night and this morning to put out the wildfire that has spread over 1,300 acres in East County and is 30% contained. We know this blaze erupted on Monday when a car overturned and caught fire on Interstate 8 near McCain Valley Road. It threatened backcountry neighborhoods and cultural relics. It also forced hundreds of people from their homes. But as of yesterday, there have been no reported damages and no injuries. Fire Captain Mike Cornett did tell us the driver involved in the car accident on Monday was taken to the hospital to be treated for injuries. Now, evacuation orders have been lifted for De Anza Springs Resort and nearby areas, but CAL FIRE says there's still an evacuation warning and residents should remain ready to leave if conditions change. So here's what CAL FIRE told us yesterday.
We're concerned about rattlesnakes. We're concerned about our firefighter safety. So we were talking about rattlesnakes, maintaining your footing. It's slippery out there, lots of big rocks, and we're making sure that they're taking precautions to stay hydrated.
And of course, we'll continue to monitor both fires as we continue to look at some of the websites that CAL FIRE has updated in terms of containment. But for now, we are live in East County near the El Cajon Fire Department headquarters. I'll send things back to you guys.
Yeah, those fire crews certainly busy in these pretty tough conditions. Thank you, Regina, for that. And right now, take a look. Crews in Northern California dealing with these 2 wildfires. About 13,000 people under mandatory evacuations in Butte County in the Oroville area. The Thompson fire has burned more than 3,000 acres and is 0% contained. Then in El Dorado County, multiple areas under evacuation orders and warnings. That one's called the Moccasin Fire. It has burned 51 acres and is 15% contained.
Here at home, a settlement has been reached in the in-custody jail death of Elisa Serna. The county and one of its private healthcare contractors will pay $15 million to Serna's family. The 24-year-old pregnant woman died after a seizure in a medical isolation cell at the Las Colinas jail in Santee in 2019. Court documents show staff knew she was suffering from alcohol withdrawal, but did not treat her symptoms. A jail nurse and doctor were charged, but not convicted. Well, today expected to be one of the busiest travel days ahead of the 4th of July holiday.
AAA is now saying the majority of travelers will be on the road. CBS 8's Chris Grow live in City Heights with everything you need to know before you head out today. Chris, is it busy already?
Yeah. Well, we're definitely hearing the cars right here behind us on the 805 going both north and south. The busiest times are going to be a little bit later on in the day. Now, there's not a whole lot that you can do to fight off traffic, but there is a lot that you can do before you actually even start your car to make sure that your trip goes as smoothly as possible.
Make sure you check your tires, your batteries. Make sure you have an emergency kit inside your vehicle.
All right, so when are those busiest times that are going to be on the road? Well, it's going to be both today and Sunday from 2 to 7 p.m. So even if you're not traveling for the 4th of July today, maybe you're leaving work, keep that in mind that on your commute home, you could be hitting a bunch of traffic. And this is representative of really the entire nation. According to AAA, 60.6 million Americans will be traveling by car. That's nearly 3 million more than last year. And that means that road trips could take 67% longer than normal. Here in Southern California, it's expected that 80% of holiday travel will be on the road. And they do identify that the 5 between Los Angeles and Bakersfield to be one of the busiest sections again. And it's not just going to be today and Sunday, the 4th, the 5th as well. It is going to be a busy weekend out here on the roads. Also expected to be extremely busy at our airports. Eric and Netta.
Chris Grow, thank you for that. And now if you do have to stop for gas before you head out, here are the latest gas prices just released a few hours ago. The average for a gallon of regular here in San Diego, $4.82. That is 19 cents less than 1 month ago. Also today, San Diego Honda dealers offering free gas. Listen to this. This is for the first 100 military members, veterans, and Honda drivers. So where is this going to be? Get there early. It's happening at the Mobile Station on Claremont Mesa Boulevard from 10 a.m. to noon, the first 100. And starting tonight, California Highway Patrol will kick off its maximum enforcement period for the holiday. From 6 p.m. today through Sunday, they'll be looking for intoxicated and dangerous drivers trying to get people off the roads who are not safe. 68 people died in crashes across California last 4th of July weekend.
This morning, San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria will announce the completion of 250 miles of road repairs. The multi-month project ends with the completion of slurry seal work on Jason Street in Nestor. Mayor Gloria has allocated $140 million of the new budget for road repairs. A recent report from the city rated San Diego's streets poor and that it will take nearly $2 billion over the next 10 years to fix them. This morning, the city of San Diego is urging you to keep your distance from sea lions. They are in pupping season, which started in June. The city says you can watch them from afar, like from the boardwalk. They say people have also been concerned about pups being left alone, but that's normal as their mothers go out and look for food. We have a lot of people who are visiting San Diego this time of year that don't know kind of all the rules and how to approach sea lions and everything, and just best to give them their distance.
Yeah, don't
Leave them
approach
alone.
is what the key is.
I've got a great rule for you. Don't go and try to pet the sea lion.
And don't
zoom
mess with
in
mama.
on your camera phone, just fine. You don't
yeah.
need to get right there.
Leave them be. We are mixed in with nature, and we have to
Right.
let them have their space as well. Time is 6:08 right now, and we're watching as temperatures warm their way up again this afternoon to a range that we have not seen much this year. And that's going to be especially prevalent as we get toward this upcoming weekend, where our mountains are going to clearly make their way into the 100 to 105 range. Our deserts are going to be between 115 and 120. Some models push us up to 121, 122 for Borrego Springs, Nocatee Wells. So no surprise, the heat is the farther east you go. Even our inland valleys are in the upper 80s, mid 70s along the coastline. As you walk out the door right now, we're in the 60s along the coastline. Carlsbad and Encinitas at 64 degrees, Escondido at 62, 57 right now in Ramona, and 61 in Alpine. So temperatures are a lot more mild to kick off the morning in that marine layer along the coast. It's stretching inland, allowing for a decent amount of relative humidity out there, mostly 90s, 80s out there. Notice what happens when you lose that marine layer. Alpine's at 19% relative humidity. Campo's at 46, Mountain Laguna at 50, Borrego 29. All of this paints that picture for what those fire crews are up against with low relative humidity already, with the sun already peeking through, with temperatures climbing from the 60s into the 70s. They don't get a long stretch of relief, whereas along the coastline, that's what keeps things a bit more mild. That dense marine layer, that sea breeze keeps humidity up. Yesterday afternoon, downtown San Diego made it to 74 degrees. We matched average. Today, we are expected to exceed average, and we'll keep doing so daily, likely through the upcoming weekend, with, again, Friday and Saturday being those 2 days of peak heat. On the 5-day forecast inland, we have mostly 80s climbing into the 90s, but there are going to be many eastern valleys that will peak in the 90s each afternoon from this afternoon all the way through the upcoming weekend. Let's check in on traffic at 6:10 right now, and so far the morning commute is only impacted in one spot specifically. So we do want to take you to the 15. This is a blockage of the number 1 and number 2 lanes on the 15 northbound at Friars Road. CHP says a car took the on-ramp a little too fast and was pushed over on its side, blocking the number 1 and number 2 lanes there. CHP is on scene. Tow truck is on scene. This should be cleared relatively quickly. CHP already says that that's not going to be too long of a closure of the number 1 and number 2 lanes, but just expect some delays in that area. Back to you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, quick look at the border wait times there. 90-minute wait at the San Ysidro Port of Entry, an hour 30. Otay Mesa Port of Entry is going to be at about an hour in total. Back to you, too.
Evan, thank you for that. Still ahead here, President Biden's new explanation for his shaky performance at the debate.
Plus, former President Trump's sentencing in his hush money case was just pushed back. And Hurricane Beryl turning deadly, where it's expected to hit today and how it could impact gas prices.